We're here at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. I'm here with very funny comedian, Nath Valvo. Hey, Nath.
Hey, mate.
What a pleasure to have you here.
There's a very weird gap in our seating arrangement, and there's an actual chair behind us, but we're not sitting on it.
I think that's why they need the gap, just so people can be aware of
like,
how weird the scenario is.
It was really weird. I walked in and thought, oh, this is really lovely. I'm going to sit on a throne almost. Matt's going to be the bigger man and take up the poof and sit on that.
I would.
And then you sit me on the stage. So that was a weird start, but thank you for having me.
Hey, look, I demanded that you sit near a chair, not on it. That was one of my first and only demands. I've been a fan of you for a long time.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Since the Shambles, which I think people would still be aware of.
Sure, I think we even did shows in here. It was in this room.
Because it became a live show. But I found it on community TV in Melbourne.
Yep, 31.
It was a big, well-produced sketch show in maybe 10 years ago now?
Yeah, it was a really, really long time ago. Crazy. So it was kind of like, do you know what, I laugh, the Shambles were MySpace celebrities? Does that make sense? I don't know if you've ever heard that term before, but we're going to coin it, as in YouTube wasn't around. So where people had to go, what people look on YouTube now, people used to do on MySpace back then, and Channel 31. So you'd go onto those pages to discover little groups and little comedy people and little videos and all that stuff. So yeah, we had all that stuff. Like, we used to sell tickets through our MySpace page.
So good.
That's how we sold tickets through our live shows. Yeah, so that goes way back there.
And that were your first festival shows?
Yep. So we did I think 3 seasons on Channel 31, and then we just repeated them for 7 years. Woo! 3 seasons on 31, and then I think we did 5 live shows, in 5 years of live shows. Mm.
And you're the only one who's gone on with live comedy, aren't you? You do stand when she does more producing and directing.
Well, yeah, Lynch is kind of everywhere. Ish, writing here, writing that, some TV stuff behind the scenes. He directed my show this year.
Not in this house.
Not in this house. So I'll go, here's my show, this is funny. And then he'll come along and go, no, it's not.
Why is he doing weird things with his hands like that?
He's typing. It's over email.
Okay, yeah.
We don't want to see each other in person.
I thought it was just a weird way you communicated with each other.
So yeah, he directed my show. And yeah, so here we are. I'm getting flashbacks coming up here to trades.
Yeah, it holds a lot of memories. Then I reckon the first time I met you was, this is a very boring personal thing.
Sure.
But when I did Raw, and you were the last person to talk to me before I went on in the final, I think.
Was I saying that you were a piece of shit?
No, you said, I was going, oh shit. I was pacing up and down, and you go, I'm so glad you're here. I saw you in the last round, and I'm glad you're here. You deserve to be here. And I sort of went out pretty much based on that. Oh,
that's a nice story.
Yeah, it was a really nice story. Sorry, I keep forgetting.
I thought it was going to be...
You're energized by fuck stories.
No. That's nice. No, I remember seeing you in the Raw, one of the finals. I think maybe I got to be one of the people that... Then they ask people to come and help judge, which is awful. Which is an awful job to get. It really is.
It is hard.
It's hard, man. It's I'm not even that good. So why do I get to sit here and tell if someone is new is good or not? It's not up to me. It should be up to the audience. I believe it should be audience voted.
Right. But that's classic Nova sort of mindset.
I believe in democracy. Comedy democracy. This is it. So I remember watching you in the heat going, well, he's going to win the entire competition.
Wow.
And then when I went to the final and I saw you there, I said to you, you got this, man.
The last thing, yeah.
And was I right?
Well, yeah, I mean, you were. And as we're telling this story, I'm regretting bringing it up because now it's just a fuck story about
you winning.
Me doing a nice thing. But back to you.
You did win, yes.
You have been, so you've been doing festival shows solo for quite a while now. Mm-hmm. You're doing galas and stuff. It's all bloody taken off.
Thanks, mate.
How good does it feel?
Oh, I don't know. You were kind of almost just wording that you disagreed with my path. No. But that's fine. Thank you.
Wait, hang on.
I'm counting my solo shows for you. This is my 6th.
That's a good spot.
It's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hours.
If you combine all of those shows together, I've got about 20 minutes of good. So that's exciting. 6th solo show. Was lucky enough to do the opening night gala last year. which was insane. This is the most nervous I've ever been. I was so nervous that night that I don't vom or anything. I nearly vommed, and I was on second last. So the night is very long. There's probably 26 or something comedians, plus an interval. So it's almost 3. No one does time. You're meant to do 3 or 4 minutes. No one does that. So it was like nearly 3 hours of just waiting and waiting and waiting. And so I'm on second last, and I'm side of stage, and there's nothing in between me and the microphone stand, like just air.
Yeah.
So it's just me standing there, side of stage, microphone stands right there, and I was so nervous. I just turned to the stage manager and said, "Do I just walk?" And she goes, "Yes." I was like, "Just, yeah." I was so overwhelmed that I forgot how to get to the microphone stand.
Someone carry me across?
Yeah, I was like, do I just walk? You know,
there'll be a little Segway you can rolls you over there.
Yeah, just go on like that on a cherry picker on my first ever gala spot.
That
was last year, which was really great. It was an awesome experience because you grow, as many comedians would say, I used to grow up watching.
You used to grow up, yeah.
I used to grow up. Can you believe that? I watched it at home, but my parents were so tight. So when it used to be back in the day when you VHS tape it, my parents would tape the gala on Channel 10. We weren't allowed to watch it, me and my siblings. And then the next day on the tape, Mum and Dad would fast forward the ones they didn't want us to see because they might have been a bit naughty.
Right.
So we watched an edited down version of the galas every year.
Who made it? Who didn't?
I shouldn't try and look back
really
at the tape.
interesting.
But then we'll just wait for Mum to go to the shops and then we'll just go and watch it.
All the bad bits.
God, I was a rebel. Look at me.
You were a bad ass.
I play by no rules, Mum. So yeah, I grew up obsessed with any sort of gala or any sort of comedy on TV. So to be part of it was pretty great.
But you did it again this year.
Yes.
And was it a totally different experience?
Oh, guess what? I was on second last again. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but I was not as nervous. I was still very, very nervous, but it was all a blur. I can't remember it. So I'm going to have to wait for it to be on TV.
Yeah, which will be soon.
To watch it, to see how I went. Because I have no memory. But yeah, it's a really cool night. It's a long night, but it's fun.
So with the show, what kind of direction are you going in this time around?
Hopefully jokes.
Jokesy. I think that's a nice direction. Yeah. So that's a new direction for you? Yeah.
Don't burn me, man. I'm sensitive. It's opening week. We're all so... No, yeah. This show is, well, as you would know, we all name our shows 6 months before we write it. We write write the name of the show 6 months before we write it. We write the blurb for the program 6 months before we've written any jokes. And we have to design the poster, well, I do, most years without having no idea what the show's about. So you just kind of keep it all a bit generic, right? Oh, come see me do jokes. But the show...
And you're sticking to that.
Yeah, I'm sticking to that. That's the theme. So the show is, it's just lots of different stuff. Relationship stuff, family stuff, some childhood stuff, some sex stuff, because that's always fun. That always pushes it a bit. I'm kind of just covering the gamut. A lot of topics this year.
Yeah, cool. That's classic Valvo stuff as well.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah. The stuff that, it's the big topics.
I don't know if they're big topics. I mean,
well, they're the small topics that are sort of big.
You know, I've got a groundbreaking bit about Uber. I'm sure I am the only...
Big topics.
I'm pretty confident I'll be the only comedian talking about Uber in the entire festival.
Yeah, see, I was worried no one would ever have the balls to do it. But,
to do it. Yeah. And you know what? If it goes right, I might even throw in some stuff about Tinder.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be the only comedian doing Tinder and Uber. At this festival.
You got to swipe or whatever they do in that thing.
Just taking the dive. But no, this year I went to Adelaide Fringe first. So I did a whole month there, which I've never done before. It's a very long month.
I think we're almost running out of time, which is my subtle way of...
Fucking me off?
Fucking you off. So fuck off. But before you do...
Yes?
Why don't you let the people know how to see your show? Or let me know and then they can overhear it.
Oh, okay. So they...
Or tell them directly, it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to do business.
They go to comedyfestival.com.au and just type my name and then come see me at 9:30 at Acme. And Acme is an amazing venue this year.
It is a great venue.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it wasn't other years, but it's very good.
Not in this house, Nath Valvo. said your full first name and then a weird version of your surname. Nath Valvo.
You just
Not
gave
in
up.
this house. Don't do that.
no,
I bailed on it.
Not in this
Valvo.
house. No.
I'll never make it on Nova.
I'm not on Nova anymore. But thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Oh,
Oh, no,
that was so weird. I went to handshake and you went to...
that's less weird.
Don't do drugs, kids. Stay in school.
Otherwise,